Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
You're listening to Sweep the League.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
All right, guys, welcome to the big show. It is Sweep the League. Rudy Campos Jr. going to be joined by Coach Gio here in just a little bit. Welcome to the big show. Like I mentioned, hey, the first thing you want to do is go to our YouTube page, search Sweep the League TV, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button so you are not left out when we go live. We just got done with another episode with Sith. He did Pleading the Sith, which is a new show that we did. It was originally called Revenge or something of the Sith. Take the Sith. I can't remember the first one it was, but we rebranded it for you guys. It premiered second episode came out just a little while ago. So sure to go to YouTube, search that. Plead the Sith with Dark Lord Sith Elias out there. He had the OTC, Chris Leha, MCS, General Contracting Zone. Chris Leha was on there. A great show. Also grading the market. All a part of Sweep the League Network. Let's go ahead and bring him in. The coach right now, it's going to be Coach Gio and myself. Derek Gervin might be back tomorrow, actually. But we've got Coach Gio and his mirror. It's kind of crazy. You're wearing your Mariners sweater. I've got my Giants jersey on because we got Rafael Devers in a deal. I'm pretty excited. I leave to Phoenix because I'm a part of the Spurs trade that's going to bring Kevin Durant. So I've got to go to Phoenix in a couple of weeks and look for a house for my wife and I. I'm going to watch the Giants play the Diamondbacks. So I'm going to see Devers hopefully in person, man. Unlike, I'm not going to experience the way you experienced something lately. You got to see the current GOAT of the WNBA play in Caitlin Clark. How was that, man?
It was a hell of an experience, Rudy. I mean, you're going in there. It almost felt sold out to me. I mean, and listen, I'm not trying to say anything negative, but WNBA arenas, Rudy, at least several years ago, I've seen videos and pictures. It wasn't selling out the way it should because I think it's really, really good basketball. And we talk about some of the good players, but Rudy, it felt like an NBA game.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Clark, she shot, I think, 7 threes. Some of them were like logo Steph Curry threes. And she's assisting. She's moving. I mean, Rudy, look, when she went out, there was a thing, and I'm not sure if you saw it, 55% less viewership.
Yeah.
Not sure where it came from, if it's true or not, whatever the case may be, but that was reported. 55% less viewership, Rudy, when Caitlin Clark was out.
She draws the crowd in, man. I mean, you know, I understand you had Angel Reese talking, this, part of me. I mean, Caitlin Clark's the reason why the WNBA is going to another level. Now, I'm not going to take shit away from, other players. Nafisa Collier, probably one of the most dominant players in the league. Asia Wilson is another one that's a dominant player in the league. the league's growing, but it took a massive growth forward and a massive step forward with Caitlin Clark, man. I'm glad you got to watch that. I want to ask you a quick question before we go on, but I got to get some of the comments here. Jacob Eric, greeting the market zone. Jacob Eric, let's get it. And the man of the hour, Sith Ordelias, dropping his second episode, Plead the Sith. He had OTC in there. Chris Leha, MCS General Contracting Zone. Chris Leha. Hey, I've got to ask you, Gio, are you willing to be a guest on Plead the Sith? Because it's no holds barred. It's an arena. It reminds me of the old rated R days that we used to do, but not as bad. That's not like that, trust me. But are you willing to do a guest appearance on there?
Yeah, I'm definitely
there you go.
able to make an appearance. You know, I have a busy schedule, Rudy, so we got to make it work.
Flair's going crazy. He's happy, man.
Rick Flair. But no, I definitely would be excited to join. The Rated R was a throwback. I mean, that was...
Jesus Christ, man.
No Horse Bar. I'm not sure Rudy would have had any sponsors on that.
Yeah, I don't think we would have had any sponsors for the Rated R podcast. Oh my God. Gio, if it's okay with you, I think one night we just need to go back to the Rated R podcast days and just do one show. We didn't give the listeners back then a final show. I think we could probably do a final, Rated R podcast, bury it 6 feet under, never bring it up again. And we'll just leave it at that. I don't know. We gotta figure something out. So definitely you're going to be a guest on the Played the Sith with Sith Ordelias. Sam Salinas, appreciate you joining. Good evening again, boys. Appreciate you in here. And the man, dude, the man that was the guest, Chris Leha, MCS General Contracting. What's good, everyone? What do you got, Gio?
What's your thoughts, Rudy, on the Giants getting Mr. Devers? When I saw that, I had to clean my glasses. What the fuck? And think to myself, well, why didn't the Manders do this? I mean, it wasn't as if the Giants gave up much.
They didn't give up anything.
I know they gave up some prospects and stuff, but really, they didn't give up anything.
They didn't give up jack shit, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm happy because it's definitely a much needed bat in the lineup. Devers obviously wasn't happy, with the Red Sox. As you can see, our Red Sox, one of our Red Sox, listeners out there, Joel Colon, Rafi Devers is a piece of shit.
Whoa!
He says he'll play whatever position they ask him to. F him. Golly, he's a little pissed off there, man. I'm
that situation throughout the year really wasn't pleased on both sides. But didn't they just sweep the Yankees? If I remember correctly, heading into another series, I'm like, why do it now when you're starting to pick up some steam? I mean, look, the White Sox. That's a totally different story. The Red Sox were a team where I thought they're heading in the right direction. Your best player out. I think Bregman's still out. I mean, I don't know. But Rudy, the Red Sox have a history of this. Didn't they trade Mookie Betts?
Yeah, they did.
To the Dodgers, and thank God the Dodgers didn't get Devers, because I'm not surprised if those Dodgers do another trade. Shout out to Ohtani, Rudy. I think he pitched the other day.
Yes, he did. Pitched yesterday.
And dare I say, looked pretty freaking good.
He looked good. Now, how many times is he going to pitch? I have no idea. I would hope they don't pitch him as often, but if what's his name? Dave Roberts is the manager there. If he's the same as Mitch Johnson, he's going to pitch him, 5 times a week, the way Mitch Johnson played Victor when he was huffing and puffing, all in the basketball court. So you got to protect your players. I did see a lockdown here. Jeff, give me a second here. You can't pay me to watch the WNBA. No amount of money will make me watch that.
Come on, Joe. Come on. It's very entertaining, and maybe it's because I have Caitlin Clark in my city. Maybe it's just different. Not sure what team you possibly could root for it. Is he in San Antonio, Rudy, or is he?
I believe so. I believe Joe's in San Antonio. Yeah.
Well, the Stars aren't there anymore, so I guess there's really not much going on.
And there he goes. It says y'all can mark this comment. He's never gonna watch the WNBA. Sith Lord's in here, man, shopping the eyes because I told you you're gonna be a guest, and he was wanting you to be a guest. So I pretty much confirmed it. You got the superstar Coach Gio as a guest. Let's go. I want to see Rudy and Gio really spit some heat. Wow. Leha wants the Rated R podcast, I think. I think he wants to put the Rated R podcast back on the air at least one time. One time. Are we doing it, Gio? I mean,
if my contract, if you can get me the money, Rudy.
Give me 2 taps and a Ric Flair.
There you go. It's going to happen. I'll send you the money. I'll send you the difference of what you want, man. Yeah, they swept the Mariners. Game 1 versus the Mariners. He had to throw that in there.
I'm aware, and was it 2-0? I don't remember the score. Yeah, the Mariners.
I don't pay attention to inferior teams.
Do not get me started on my team that I love. Finally made the playoffs a few years ago. This is a team that doesn't spend any money.
Yeah.
Ownership is killing me. Kyle Raleigh's been spectacular. I'm not sure if you've been following him. He's had a hell of a year. Julio's, we're just going to say he's been fine. But we need more bats, and those freaking Astros, you can't get rid of them. It doesn't matter. Trash can or not, you can't get rid of them.
Shut up, bitch.
I don't know, man. That's you can't get rid of them. You can't get the Astros. Leha's in here. Mitch the Mitch. I think it was supposed to be another word, but we will leave it at that. Ohtani hit 127 pitches pitched against my pads. It's supposed to be pods, but I'm gonna say pads because we're just gonna go with the pads on that one, man. Also, Joel Colon. Devers got pissed because they brought Bregman on and took him off third base to make him full-time DH. Then when Casas went down, he was asked to play first base, and he refused. Well, he's now my problem with the Giants, man.
Brady, but is he a team guy, or do you think the media has, let's just say, overblown that?
You know what? I think he was pissed off when Bregman got there. He never got over it. He goes to San Francisco via trade, and now he's like, I'll play wherever you want me to. Position-wise, whatever. I mean, he's going to play first, second, third, missionary, whatever. They're going to make him do whatever in San Francisco. So, that's fine with me. I don't think he's not so much of a team guy. I think he just checked out of Boston once Bregman got there, and they asked him, hey, we need you to move to DH. And he was like, F you guys. I'm not going to do that. So
fair. I mean, listen, he's an amazing talent, and he's got. I think the Giants. That's a big pickup, Rudy. A huge pickup,
massive.
And you're already having a good year. So, World Series, Rudy, or is it too late or
too
early to tell?
Please, dude. Shut up.
You should know your role.
Exactly,
and
Rock.
Shut your mouth.
I am not calling World Series on that. There's no way, Gio.
Hey, once upon a time, y'all won what 3 and was it like every other year?
It was every it was like the Spurs. It was like every other year we were winning a World Series, man. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, but when you play for a team, you do what's best for the damn team. He's a selfish prick. So Joe's a little mad. He's a little mad.
No, we might need to have him call in, Rudy. I'm not sure if he had that call-in number, but
you know what? I will bring the call back. I will bring the call-in number pretty soon here. So I've got the phone. I've got the number. We'll do the call-in number for you guys to call in now. Circle back, not around baseball, but MCS Leha said he will pay for the Rated R podcast to be back on the air just one time. Yeah. One time, Gio. A one-time show.
Gotta make sure my mom's not watching, Rudy.
We got to make sure moms are not watching. We got to make sure the other halves are not watching. Yeah, dude.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
Is that Talladega Nights?
No, that was what was that? Eastbound? Is Eastbound and Down or Down? One of those things with Danny McBride and
Wrong guy I'm looking at. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Will Ferrell. I mean, that is who it is.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah, no, that is Will Ferrell, man. We'll see. I'll bring it back for one night. He's probably going to hit like 8 home runs over the weekend again, just to spite. It benefits me, Joel. That's all that matters. It benefits the Giants, dude. Benefits the Giants. It's Coach Gio. It's Rudy Campos Jr. And you know what, Gio? Let's jump into it, dude, because we've got a serious question before we get into any of the WNBA talk, because I wanted to talk to you more about the WNBA when it comes to Caitlin Clark. She had an incident tonight against Connecticut.
I saw it.
It's bully ball. We're going to talk about that. But the hot topic has been Kevin Durant. So let's get into that here.
Is it about the trade that was supposedly rejected? I saw some floating around.
We're gonna cook right now, but let's do our Cheeseman drop.
So, like, I hear about the Spurs this y Spurs that, y como que esto y esta, pero I never hear about the real Spurs Cheeseman. Dime, por favor.
All right, thank you, Spurs Cheeseman. Girl, we were going to say his name, and he appeared. Wow. So that would be our own Jeff Garcia of Locked On Spurs here. Says Rudy and Gio, if the San Antonio Spurs do trade Kevin Durant, does the long-term hurt the Spurs rebuild? Like Kevin Durant would be a short-term answer only. So words come out that, hey, the Suns, and I've been saying it before, Gio, I think you have too, they're just not going to give up Kevin Durant for anything. I mean, he still has a year on his contract.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
They have an entire season, well, half the season to trade him still if they need to. There's no panic for Phoenix right now. So apparently they asked for, Sohan, Castle, or number 2. For whatever reason, Jeremy Sohan is untouchable. I don't understand why. He's untouchable. I don't know. But so it's either number 2 or Castle. Spurs are saying no. Where does this land for you? Because if you're trading Sohan, Vassell, Keldon, and number 14, which was originally talked about in there somewhere, you're gutting the team for Kevin Durant, who's probably 3 years at most with the Spurs. I don't like that because you're gutting the team. But does it hurt the long-term rebuild if you make that trade for Kevin Durant? Or do you just rather hold the short-term side of things?
Yeah, I think it does, right? Kevin comes in, Rudy realistically only has, 3 or 4 more years? And as you get older, you don't get healthier, right? Like, that's not what's going to be happening here. You can ask LeBron James about that. He's not going to get any healthier. So it does affect, because now you're trading assets, right? I mean, look, Rudy, I saw a post saying a Castle, could he be like an SGA? I mean,
yes.
You never know. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of that one, because we see what SGA has done. And I know it's completely different and, the Clippers seem to do a lot of things wrong. But if I'm the Spurs, for what they're asking for,
you're fine. You're fine.
I think I might hold off, Rudy.
Well, okay, so you hold off, but for what?
If they want Sohan for Kevin Durant, I'll do it.
How is it that a lot of people wouldn't do that deal? I mean, there's a lot of Sohan love. I mean, it's all on X. Trust me, it's all on X. But
no, first of all, if they offer me Kevin Durant for Sohan, that trade, I'll do it in my sleep tonight, Rudy. I mean, there's no thinking about it. You just do it, and you get that player in return. But Castle, he's still not an unknown for me, but the potential is so high that if it was Giannis, Rudy, I think that'd be a different situation.
Well, but even Giannis, he comes in. Does he fix your shooting problem? He doesn't fix your shooting problem.
Oh yeah,
he brings a dynamic that you don't have. I mean, you have a guy that's running up and down the court that can literally take go 4 steps from basket to basket. I mean, he's a great running mate, but he doesn't fix your shooting problem. So I've even cooled off on the Giannis talk. I'm like, I don't know, man. It still asks a lot of questions.
Yeah, but his talent, Rudy, I still think at the age of 30 could still have 6 really, really good seasons. I'll take that over Kevin Durant. Yeah, the shooting's not there, but Rudy, that's why you bring in guys who could shoot. You have to develop whoever's going to be on your team. Yeah. They got to get this shit moving, though, Rudy. They got to figure out, and I know I mentioned Lauri Markkanen. Start looking at other possibilities. Kevin Durant's a great talent, Rudy. If Victor's health was at a sky high, and we know what we had with Fox completely, because he still needs to play another season for us to say, hey, is this going to work out? Because Rudy, what happened if the Fox doesn't work out?
What do you mean? Like, as in if it doesn't work out for the Spurs with Fox?
Yeah. Like, let's say he has like a Richard Jefferson type of season where,
oh, come on, dude,
you sign him and it's just, for whatever reason, Rudy, it doesn't work out. Then what?
Well, Fox is a player that a lot of teams could definitely want. Yeah. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. You can definitely get a decent return for De'Aaron Fox, but I think he works out perfect for what it is. Even if you draft Dylan Harper, I mean, it still works out. You're going into the Oklahoma City bag if you're drafting Dylan Harper, and you see how that's working out for them, with a lot of guard play. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't see a problem with anything like that. I mean, it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out fine.
No, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. But back to Kevin Durant, Rudy,
and that's true what Jacob said. Giannis is a want.
Yeah. You don't need him, but a want would definitely be my choice. And also other aspects, Rudy. Lauri Markkanen, right? Sabonis. There's other guys out there that you can take a look at. Durant shouldn't be the end-all, be-all.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you overpay for Kevin Durant. I'm 100%, and I've been on that bandwagon. Don't overpay for KD. Sam Salinas at an older age. KD is one season-ending injury away from losing a step and being a bad deal. Got to play what we give very, very safely, and of course, he says F Sohan.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, look,
a lot of people don't like Sohan, man.
If Sohan was in that trade, dude, I don't know why Spurs fans are disagreeing with that. It's not even. I'd rather have 3 years of Durant than 7 years of Sohan. I'm just being honest about that.
Well, apparently he can shoot right now. I mean, he's making buckets in an empty gym, Gio.
Yeah, so does Mitchell Robinson. I saw a clip of him from the Knicks.
You don't feel it in your plums?
Shooting a ton of threes, fadeaways, look like Michael Jordan. I'm thinking to myself, Mitchell, I don't see that in the playoffs. You don't do any of that. So take it for what it is.
Yeah, Joel's saying, but the thing is that Fox wants to be here, right? That's a luxury that we have, since not a lot of top players want to come here. It's why he's from here. So go ahead.
What's the main reason why you think it's hard for the Spurs to maybe attract kind of bigger free agents?
Well, you always hear about the nightlife. There's no nightlife in San Antonio. I mean, Ask Bryn Forbes. I mean, that guy had a hell of a nightlife in San Antonio. He basically got him booted from San Antonio, amongst other players. I mean, yeah, there's no nightlife from what you understand, but Austin's, an hour away. I mean, you've got places you can go chill and stuff. I think that's the terrible excuse given. I think a lot of it has to do with people say, I love Pop, but deep down inside, they can't play for the guy. So I think that was the reason why we didn't get a whole lot of big name free agents and anything, because you love Pop, but you couldn't play for his system. Now that you have Mitch Johnson, you might see players wanting to play for Mitch Johnson. I mean, you've seen other players out around the league that say they've got a lot of respect for Mitch Johnson. So I think personally, that's what it is. That's the reason why you couldn't attract big time free agents here. Then you got the Fox thing. So we got Jeff back in here. I saw the WNBA question, Jeff. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Rudy Gio, since when did Sohan become untouchable with San Antonio Spurs fans?
I don't get it. And maybe it's because, Reed, I don't live in San Antonio. I'm not part of the, in WWE terms, the clique. But I don't know what's going on and this and that. Dude, I wouldn't lose any sleep, Rudy, if Sohan was part of a trade, really, for anyone. Because at this point, for a player like him to be untouchable, and listen, he can do a little bit of everything, but does he do anything great, Rudy? No.
I'm gonna say I haven't seen a whole lot of good from him, but I think he makes a small impact from time to time. And I'm talking 82 game season. If he plays all 82 games, he's impactful about 15 to 18, maybe 20 games out of the year. That's just what I see right there. He's not going to go out and get you 20 points a night. He's not going to go out there and, get you 10 boards a night. And I think that's the thing. He's a reserve. He's got to be a reserve. If he's in a reserve role, Gio, I'm all fine with him staying. I have no problem with that.
I think, could he play it right now for the Thunder as part of the rotation? Sure. Like, he could be a guy that comes in, but for a Spurs team, Rudy, you're trying to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the two untouchables for me, it feels like three now with Castle, Victor, and Fox. Anyone else, pick your poison.
Yeah, I agree with that. We got Leha in here as well. So him being called untouchable is absolutely ridiculous. I agree with that. Al Joel Colon from Sam Salinas. We'll see how much Fox wants to be here come contract time. I say with the young Castle and Harper, Fox will become the odd man out. He's going to sign that extension this summer, I believe. So he's going to be here. He wants to be here. And, the big reason why he wants to be here is because his wife is from here too. I mean, you're right next to family. You're on a team that's on the up and up. Let's not beat around the bush on that. They're a team that's on the up and up. 22 wins, Victor's rookie season. They got up to 34 this year. 5 games out of the play-in spot. I mean, you're going to get a full season of Fox. You're going to get year 2 Castle. Hopefully Wemby stays, healthy. That's the big thing. So that's where you cross your fingers. I think he'll be fine here. Then Gio, it doesn't matter if you're here or not in San Antonio, saying he's untouchable.
I agree. No, I completely understand. Maybe I would have a different feel if I lived in the mean streets of San Antonio, but I don't see him as untouchable. It's kind of crazy to even think that.
Let's share the screen. It's Coach Gio. It's Rudy Campos Jr. I'm going to put this on here. Shout out. I'm actually going to be on with Jeff Garcia tomorrow on Locked On Spurs. This comes up on tomorrow's episode. Give you a little bit of preview. Gio. So it was coming out today. Phoenix reportedly asked the Spurs, like I said earlier, for number 2 pick and/or Castle in trade talks when it came to Kevin Durant. Here's my post, and let's see if I can bring it up a little bit higher here. Okay, so the post is I talked to Jeff Garcia. What if you moved the number 2 pick and Keldon or Devin, more than likely Devin, to Memphis in exchange for Jaren Jackson Jr.? Now, Desmond Bane was traded recently for 4 unprotected first round picks and a trade swap. Now, I get why they did it. You know, Desmond Bane moves the needle for the Magic. It gets them the scorer, the shooter that they desperately need. They overpaid. If you feel like that, okay, cool. They overpaid. To me, I think they're fine. They're a team really right there in the Eastern Conference. But knowing that Memphis might want to blow it up, and again, mention it again, Ja Morant more than likely is going to be traded from Memphis, leaving Jaren Jackson Jr., Memphis just may blow it up. So if you're the Spurs, why not call them and say, hey, number 2 and Devin Vassell, you want more picks? We'll give you a couple more picks for Jaren Jackson Jr.
Am I on mute, Rudy? Sorry. Okay, no.
You're good. You're good.
I like that, Rudy. I really, really like that because he's going to play the forward, right? I'm pretty sure.
4 or 5, doesn't matter. That's Twin Towers, you know.
That's Twin Towers.
Decade.
Yes, and I mean, look, the key thing for me, he's young. He's still got a lot of game left in the tank. And unlike Kevin Durant, who's damn near 50, it seems like. Look, I really like this move. If they can pull this off, Rudy, I mean, an all-star this season, I believe he was a reserve, Rudy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. 2-time all-star, NBA Defensive Player of the Year. I think 6 or 7-time all-defensive team already. So, I mean,
this is a no-brainer. And if they want Sohan, take him. That would be a no-brainer.
Yeah, you can give him Sohan there. Shout out to him. Credit to Matt Lerma. I saw him posting that the other day, and it crossed my mind, but I never really gave it too much attention until I saw him posting it a lot yesterday.
Do you think he gets moved, Rudy? I think a lot of teams would be very interested.
I think a lot of teams would be interested, but here's the factor, is the fact that if you're looking to move Ja Morant, who I actually think if Kevin Durant doesn't go to Miami as one of the teams, I think Ja Morant ends up on the Heat. So if you move Ja Morant, you move Jaren Jackson Jr., you can start the rebuild. Starting the rebuild with a Dylan Harper, you know, as part of your team, that's magical for the Memphis Grizzlies right there. Young Zach Edey, who you saw a lot of promise in, a bunch of first-round picks. I think, you know, they can go, you know, any different direction if they really wanted to. So I'm liking that move.
You know, Rich, just thinking about the Grizzlies just a few years ago, Rudy, weren't they the number 2 seed in the West?
Yeah, they were. How the mighty have fallen.
Rudy, you just I literally was about to say that. This team was on the Cups, and it's sad how it's going to end because it looks like this is the last ride for that team.
Yeah.
No point intended to the Undertaker. But, I mean, if they can get him, I like, though, this guy with the Miami Heat. That really kind of – but do the Heat – I mean, who do they get rid of?
I mean, you're talking sending back Duncan Robinson, maybe Nikola Jovic. I mean,
just a bunch of guys.
Yeah. And not only that, I mean, they could technically, I mean, you wouldn't give up Tyler Hero, but you would put Hero, Moran, and Bam together. That would be a pretty.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit ActiveDay.com to apply.
Pretty nice little team right there.
Does Ja fit with the Heat culture, though, Rudy?
Party. You know, he likes to party. He likes to wave his little Pistol Pete guns in the air.
It just dawned on me they play in Miami, which is, So I don't know how much he's going to be focused there on South Beach, but I like that lineup there to kind of bring a different kick to the Heat.
Yeah.
But Memphis, it's sad, but the time has come. But if they can get Harper, if that trade happens, they're going to have a good setup for the next few years.
I'm going to bring this up. Pat McAfee had Shams on his show today. Basically, Shams is reporting that Miami, Houston, and Minnesota is where the focus of the Suns conversations are for Kevin Durant. So, not mentioning the Spurs, I really feel like the Spurs are out of the Kevin Durant situation right now. I mean, I think, like I said, Phoenix wants a whole bunch. Houston will give them the bag. Miami will give them whatever they want. Minnesota is a very intriguing spot. Rob Dillingham. They're asking, and I've actually got the Minnesota deal right here, is what was kind of reported. Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham, and or Terrence Shannon Jr. with the 17th pick. If Phoenix can get both Dillingham and Terrence Shannon Jr., you take the deal. You sign on the dotted line. You pack KD right now, and you ship him off to Minnesota, whether he wants to be there or not.
So how do you like Edwards, Durant, and Randall, Rudy?
I like it, but they lose that defensive interior.
Listen, sometimes you can't even play Rudy. Sorry, Rudy, but you can't play Rudy in the fourth quarter because he can't. It's kind of a double-edged sword. You got the defensive player of the year in past years, but I mean, Rudy, let's be fair. I don't think they're going to miss him. They'll figure it out. If they can get Kevin Durant there with Edwards and Randall,
I
mean, Rudy, back-to-back Western Conference Finals obviously didn't go as planned against the teams they play in Dallas and Oklahoma City, but this team would be definitely top 4 seed if they can get Kevin Durant there and kind of work it out.
If they make that move and Minnesota is the destination and he goes to play and he doesn't sign an extension because he wants to be somewhere else, he'll get him for a 1-year rental. But even at a 1-year rental, here's the key. You get out of that Gobert contract. That's huge. Just get out of that
trade like 5 first-round picks for him, Rudy?
Yeah, I mean, shit, I would trade 5 first rounds for Rudy's barbecue rather than Rudy Gobert at this point. I mean, and I don't even like Rudy's barbecue. It was good at one point, but that point was like 30 years ago. So, I mean, I don't like it no more. But I think you get out of that contract, and that's the big key, whether he re-signs or not. Who gives a shit? That's just what's key right there, is getting out of that contract. Honestly, Gio, you do that, you re-sign Mike Conley, so you've got your point guard that's been leading you the entire year. And then you go and sign Naz Reid. You bring pretty much the same team back with the exception of Gobert, and you run with it. I think they're a top 4 team. I think they're a top 3 with Naz Reid and Mike Conley easily.
Just think about Mike Conley, Rudy. That man it feels like he's been playing like a lifetime.
I was 17 when he entered the league. I'm 45 now. I'm messing with you.
No, I kind of did the math real quick. It didn't sound right to me. But no, shout out to Mike Conley. He's been a pro's pro, and if they can figure that out, they could get over the hump. But there is a team in Oklahoma City which is going to still cause problems. And Rudy, I'm watching Oklahoma City, and look, great fans, the atmosphere in the finals, but can't help to wonder that game could have been in Seattle.
Yeah. Could have been
in Seattle, but hasn't happened yet. We'll see. I think the NBA's. I think the commission was on there a few weeks ago somewhere about expansion doesn't make sense with all the money that's currently, with those TV deals. But Rudy, I just think it makes sense to bring the NBA back to Seattle. It should have never left. They should have been able to get a deal done for a new arena, but that city deserves an NBA team. And if you go to Seattle, which I've been several times, they still have a lot of Sonic stuff around.
Yeah, they do. And they're going to get a team. The Sonics are going to go back. I have no doubt about that. Locked On Spurs, Jeff says, but at Leha, I thought fans with sauces say KD is coming to San Antonio. Woo! There's a lot of people out there, man. It's kind of weird, Joe. San Antonio, in my opinion, has the absolute most media people ever that have the most sources.
There's those people. When I was on X, everybody had sauces, bro. Everybody. It's like everybody had some intel, and I don't want to say any names because there's a lot of them on there. But I remember their picture like,
we don't want to get in trouble. All right.
Say his name.
There's too many of those guys. I mean, look, it's great to have sauces or source, whatever you want to call it these days, but it's not always about being first. And we've talked about this, Rudy. Some people just want to be first. They just don't want to get it right. Just throw it out there and see what happens. Bruh. And it doesn't matter what type of nonsense you spill, but there's been a number of people over the last several years that I vividly remember saying things like, dude, stop.
I say some stuff, but I don't ever report I have sources or sauces. And honestly, when I say stuff, I make it like I said. You, me, Derek, everybody on Sweep, we don't say something just to say it. We say stuff because we can back it up. Whether it's true, which a lot of times it is true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tooting our own horn here on Sweep. We have said a lot of stuff and it's happened. Some stuff hasn't, but we back it up with everything that we say. And you're right. A lot of people say a lot of shit. They throw everything at the wall and they see what sticks. Well, you know what sticks on the wall, GO2? Shit. Shit sticks on the wall. So if you're going to keep throwing shit on the wall, well, guess what? We're going to shit on you 24/7 when it never comes true. Woo! I'm just going to say it like that, man. We're just going to leave it at that. Mike Conley is a good guy for sure. Sam Salinas is laughing. Lay on my sauce is called and said, ooh, I like that. He says, my sauce is caught and said that was a lie.
That was a lie.
You don't want to cook anybody, Gio? We're just going to leave it at that? You want to wait for Rated R podcast to start calling people out left and right?
Look, I'm not going to throw any names under the bus or start any fights like there seems to be every week there.
Hell yeah.
But they know who they are. And But look, I never try to start any fights or anything like that. You know me.
You're not on X. Who cares? They're not going to come after you on X.
Nah,
they're going to come after me. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Well, you're probably going to get those weird, those X messages or those Instagram messages you were getting.
Oh God,
with the no names.
Oh yeah, full on burner accounts. I mean, I know for a fact one source guy in town has like 35, 40 burners because I mean, that's all they want to do is have burner accounts. And what's weird is they post on those burner accounts this whole news thing like, oh, well, Kevin Durant is going to be signed by the San Antonio Spurs next week. Kevin Durant, and they just go burn, and it doesn't happen. Delete. Kind of like freaking, what is it? Matt Hardy, Mr. Delete. And, and that's all it is right now, man. Primo and Primos who work concessions, hospitality, custodio, overhear things and tell familia, those are the sauces. Yeah, janitors at the Frostbank Center are sauces. And shout out to the Zang Bang, dude.
Bruh.
That dude's a massively good account to follow. All these fake ass frauds, tired of these reporters. Exactly. There's only one reporter out there that we listen to, and that is Jeff Garcia, who brought up a question for you, Gio.
He's from the streets, man. So
Jeff is from the streets, the mean streets of San Antonio, man. Let's move on, brother, because we got Caitlin Clark talk. Video's playing. We're gonna let the video play. It says, why is Caitlin Clark a target for chingazos on the court from other players? Now, Gio, you are not Mexican, so chingazos are, fights, pushing, all that.
I figure that, Rudy.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I want to make sure you get the lingo right, the Mexican lingo right. So that's why I'm letting you know. But why is that, man? Is it jealousy?
Rudy, as I'm watching that game, and I kind of watched the end of the game, and there was actually a little bit of backlash.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
I think Sophie Cunningham did a foul pretty hard on the Connecticut, which started a scuffle at the end of the game, which is a retaliation of this play. Sabrina Mabry was a hell of a player, but she didn't have to push Caitlin. She's an easy target, Rudy. Easy target. She doesn't really say much. She just lets her game do the talking. And Rudy, I think the media has really played into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and also Brittany Reese, she said, look, they watch me too. And a lot of players last season, Rudy, Dana Taurasi, she came out. She said some things. Cheryl Swoops, right? A great WNBA player, had a lot of comments to say. And it's come to the point where, Rudy, look, they're saying, what about me? I'm why you're also watching. And I think that's the narrative has been built. Well, Caitlin Clark, they're only watching her because of her. And Rudy, as I told you the other day, 55% viewership went down when Caitlin Clark was hurt. This is what was reported. Is it true or not? I don't know. But Rudy, what does that tell you if 55% is down?
Everybody's interested in Caitlin Clark, man.
I didn't say it. The numbers are saying it. I mean, look, Asia Will's a hell of a player. She's a hell of a player. Collier, hell of a player. Sabrina, which I saw on Saturday, Rudy, phenomenal with the New York Liberty. She had a hell of a game, but it was overshadowed by Caitlin's half-court threes. She's just pulling up. She's assisting. She's been a lightning rod. And it's not fair, but the media does play a big part in that, kind of building those narratives. But the WNBA, Rudy, they like it too because it's causing drama. And we know drama in sports makes money. And this is what's happening right now in the WNBA. And what Caitlin Clark means to this league, Rudy, I mean, if she wins a championship, she wins MVPs. I'm not saying she's the GOAT right now because obviously she's still a long more time left, but I'm very excited to see where her career goes because, Rudy, what she did on Saturday, it's only the beginning. It's only year 2. She has so much ahead of her. And I'm sorry, people comparing her to Brittany Reese. Stop. I don't even want to go there.
Brittany Reese? Who the hell is that?
Oh, not Brittany Reese, but
Angel Reese?
Yeah. See, I can't even get her name right. I can't even get her name right. That's all you have to know. I'm saying the wrong name.
I got you. No, I'm bugging with you. I got you.
I know.
You know, Caitlin Clark is second coming to Larry Bird, according to Henry Cavill, as the GOAT.
She is. I mean,
El Jefe. Yeah, he's talking about El Jefe, Jeff Garcia. You're right. Go ahead. I know you got a lot of stuff in there.
No. I'm just saying she's playing phenomenal right now. They won tonight. Could they win the championship? Sure. I mean, they beat the New York Liberty, who was undefeated. So take that for what it's worth.
Definitely. What's good, Rudy and Gio? Tim Gonzalez is back in here.
Tim, where you been, man?
Yeah, you know, we've got Gio. The checks have been clearing, Tim. The guy that always wondered where Gio was and all the NIL money, and it's been clearing, man. Tim's been missing out a whole lot
Tim,
instead of joining in.
I think your mom was in an accident. The prayers go up. I think I saw a post from you on Facebook. Hope everything's okay.
If that's the case, I'm not on Facebook, so if that's the case, yeah, it's definitely prayers out, man. Don't ever want to see anything like that happen at all. So we are sending prayers on that for Tim Gonzalez. But I appreciate you do and are joining us on Sweep the League, man. It's kind of weird, Joe, because you mentioned the whole Caitlin Clark. We're talking about the GOAT. We're talking about this and that. It's weird because in the NBA, you talk Jordan. Then you have people saying, well, no, LeBron's the GOAT. This and that. We're going to see the exact same thing between Caitlin Clark, who's this modern day GOAT of the WNBA, somewhat. I still have, players like Asia Wilson, Breanna Stewart. I still have those players that are still playing right now ahead of her. But when it's all said and done, can she really overcome Cynthia Cooper? Like, what was it? 4 titles in a row. Was it 4 MVPs or 3 MVPs in a row? I mean,
Taurasi, Rudy. I mean, her longevity is another one. You got Tamika Catchings, Maya Moore. Rudy. There's so many great players. And
hi, I'm Richard Karn. And you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
It's ironic because I think MJ's a GOAT. LeBron was a new kid on the block. But now I'm probably more on Caitlin Clark. Obviously, she still has a lot more time to play, and we'll see what happens. But
yeah.
Really, she's going to be up there, I think, with some of the greatest of all time. If she gets championships, and I believe she'll get an MVP for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think the impact of the game, Rudy, it's starting to be transcendent, right? It's starting to feel like this is different, Rudy. This is like Steph Curry coming in the league and shooting those threes, changed the game. She's starting to do that, and I think there's a lot of resistance, Rudy, that you see it everywhere on social media. She's a lightning rod. The WNBA, Rudy, let's be fair, they've never seen this before.
No, they really haven't. I mean, it was great when it first started. You had Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Rebecca Lobo were the 3 girls to come in, start the WNBA. They built it around them. Saw the massive success of the Houston Comets with Cheryl Swoops, with Cynthia Cooper. The New York Liberty were definitely a team with Teresa Edwards. They were playing magnificent. Had a bunch of great players coming through, but the impact that they had doesn't compare to the impact that Caitlin Clark has brought to the WNBA. Now, again, no disrespect to the other girls because the Las Vegas Aces were must-see TV for a while there. When they had Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson. I mean, they were definitely must-see TV.
Yeah, no, I mean, those girls, Tamika Catchings, I mean, there's so many players, Rudy, that you could think. Lauren Jackson, Sue Bird, right? Another Connecticut product. Candace Parker, I didn't even say her, Rudy. I mean, the amount of players that they are. But Rudy, they got a lot of money in that last, I think the NBA gave them, and I forgot how much money they give them I don't know if it's every year or every few years, but they're growing, and she's going to be a part of that. I hate to say it, man, but this is different.
This I'm going to put you on the spot. We're almost out of time. Different in what way?
Rudy, think about this. The Indiana Fever were playing in a very small arena back in 2022 or 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
You now go there to the Gainbridge Arena, which I've been to Pacer games, and the crazy that I saw on Saturday for Caitlin Clark and the entire team was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And teams who've had to move, Rudy, to a bigger arena. The Mystics, when they played, I think last season, I remember, they had to move where the Wizards play. Rudy, the Wizards, they don't even have a crowd like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did it.
This girl's moving teams to different venues, bigger venues. The Atlanta Dream, they play, I'm not sure where they play at. It's a very small arena. But Rudy, they have to move venues. That's special, Rudy. That is special when you're having to say, hey, you know what? There's so many people buying tickets. We have to go to a bigger arena. That, my friend, is impact, and they've never seen that before. She's getting a lot of hate, but when you have to move Rudy to a different place to watch someone play, I think that speaks for itself.
That really does, man. It really does. That's the impact that she's had, and she's going to continue to have. Locked On Spurs, Rudy Gio. Do you think Clark will have to throw down, even pick up some long suspensions to send a message?
I think, Rudy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Her teammates. You got to have someone on that team. I don't care who it is. Somebody from Brooklyn, New York. Jeff knows this. Go get a lady from someplace in New York and just have her be an enforcer. Caitlin Clark, Rudy, needs an enforcer on her team. She needs a few of those people who you just throw out there. You hurt her, something's going to happen to you. They got to do something because you got to protect your asset. I don't want Caitlin doing it because she's not known for that, Rudy.
Yeah.
But go get some girls from a different part of town, and they'll take care of that. Maybe San Antonio, Rudy.
I mean, you're right. You're all right. So Caitlin doesn't fight. I mean, clearly she doesn't fight. Caitlin does whine a little bit to the refs. Not a little bit. She does a lot. She does a lot of whining. So she got a little bit of LeBron in her when it comes to that. But she's exactly like LeBron. LeBron doesn't fight. You can push him around. He gets tough. He'll buck up to you. But he'd never fought. I've never seen LeBron fight. Ever. So you kind of have to have what you said. The Bill Laimbeer. The Rick Mahorns. Around her to fight for her because she's having the same impact that a LeBron James had coming into the league and the same type of player, doesn't buck up to people, pushed around, fouled hard, looks at you, yada, 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 and walks away. I don't want her to fight, but at the same time, you have to do what you have to do, man. You got to defend it. If your teammates aren't going to defend you, then you need to defend yourself.
Yeah, no, and she has had some retaliations, not to the point where she's going to throw down. But as I said, Rudy, at the end of that game, I think it was Sophie, she got ejected. She did a super hard foul. It looked like a retaliation from that. Sabrina Mabry should have never even been in that area there. She just ran, and then she pushed her.
Yeah.
Let your teammate fight their own fight if that's the case. She didn't even get ejected, which I thought was weird because she pushed her. Totally. And Sabrina Mabry's a hell of a player, but no. But really, they need someone to be an enforcer. Hey, you're going to do this to Caitlin Clark? Okay. There's going to be something coming your way.
Exactly.
Now, I wish I could do it, but obviously,
you won't do it.
I don't play women's basketball. But really, if you ask some of my friends, if they say, how was Gio in the basketball court? Let's just say, Rudy, I was like a Charles Oakley. I was an enforcer. Rebounds, block shots. I'm doing the dirty work. You best believe I would be protecting Caitlin Clark. The streets know, man. Jeff knows.
Do regular people remember Cynthia Cooper, Tamika Catchings now? Will they remember Caitlin Clark? Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Clark's made a huge impact on the game itself. Let's go LA Sparks, man. So, yeah, before we go, I've got to say his name one time, man, because
Jerry
One
Jones.
person was texting me earlier today, so we're gonna say
His name.
Jerry Jones, Rudy.
Austin Hartsfield, MLB's own Austin Hartsfield, was texting me today. How this came up, I don't know. Well, actually, no, I know. He said, I have to put up with Danny Dimes this year as my QB. And I said, well, Gio said that Danny Dimes is looking to have a pretty good year, a bounce back year. So, I mean, you should be okay. He basically, should I read the text? Because, I mean, yeah, you know what? Let's see if I can do that. I put, Gio said that you can have a really good team. His quote, Gio, and I'll send you the screenshot. I said, Gio says he could be huge for them this year. Talking about Danny Dimes. He's a fucking moron. That was the text with the laughing emoji. I need that response to Austin Hartsfield because I could not stop laughing. Austin, he's like the Caitlin Clark, man. He ain't gonna come back all hardcore or anything. But when he sent that,
listen, Austin, let me bring you off. Let me bring you off the ledge. You probably already jumped. I completely get where you're coming from because I called him a bust. Rudy fought me for years. We've gone back and forth.
We have.
At one point, Rudy said he'll take him over Kyler Murray, which he's simply has taken the statement back. I'm pretty sure.
Nope.
I really think with proper coaching, a team around him, Rudy, let's be fair. Daniel Jones did make the playoffs. By hook or crook, go look at his stats. He had like 15 touchdowns and like 5 interceptions. Like it was a pretty mundane. He had Saquon Barkley. But for what it's worth, he did make the playoffs. And didn't they win a playoff? They beat Minnesota on the road. Look, I think he has the tools. Rudy, they have a team. You still got Jonathan Taylor, the offensive line. Rudy, we've gone back and forth, Rudy. Look, I really think with this team, who's been right there kind of the last few years, just the quarterback situation has been clearly Richardson's just not playing well. But Rudy, I think he can win comeback player of the year. Listen, if anyone's listening and you got a few dollars, go on your FanDuel and just put a few dollars on Daniel Jones being the comeback player of the year. And I know what's going to happen. He's going to have a terrible season, and Rudy's going to replay this episode for weeks.
Why would I think Daniel Jones have a bad season? I'm a Daniel Jones fan. I love me some Daniel Jones.
Up, bitch.
Yes, has he done moron things in New York? Yes, I completely agree. Did he fall when he was running for 50 yards? And
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
no one touched him? Yes. I get that. He's done some moron things, but I really think in Indianapolis, Rudy, they got talent, especially on the offensive side of the football. They got Pittman. They got Downs. They got the kid from Penn State. Rudy, I think they got something there, and I think I really want him to win comeback player of the year. I'm putting money, a few dollars on him. So please come off the edge, Austin. And yes, he's a moron, but he could be a good moron this year.
He could be a good moron. We'll see, man. We'll see. Gio Rudy, NBA on NBC to broadcast on Sunday night next season, plus the All-Star game in LA. How's that going to work? And it's a good thing because I want to end the show on this. We might talk about it more this week. The Sunday night games on ESPN, on NBC, doesn't that affect Sunday Night Football? Or are they going strictly to streaming? I haven't seen anything about that. And that's kind of what's crazy because NBA is going to start broadcasting some games on NBC, but that affects football games, doesn't it? I would think. Like, to me, that's kind of crazy.
Would they have earlier games, Rudy?
Yeah. I mean, they could.
I mean, they could do like a 12 or 1 o'clock, but yeah, they would have to do those early games. And I remember NBC and to a certain extent, ABC has had those earlier games sometimes on a Sunday.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen. Rudy, I really hope they bring some of the nostalgia back.
They already
NBA on NBC. Obviously, the songs coming back.
Yeah.
I want those montages, Rudy, before series, right? Like, do we get those? It was so good as growing up. To have those montages, the rivalries felt real, Rudy. When you saw a series, Knicks and Bulls, right? That rivalry kind of montage of Jordan, maybe it's Patrick Ewing that's showing John Starks, right?
Yeah.
We need that. Michael Jordan, Rudy, what do you think, real quick? What is that going to look like? Because we know how terrible he was at running a team.
He's so terrible at running a team, but he is not terrible at running his mouth. I think he's going to just be flat out, brutally honest. He may even go up to some of these players and be like, you suck. You're terrible.
But Rudy, $40 million, is it a year?
Yeah, I think for the year at least.
Is he the highest paid person in sports? At least for like a year?
I don't know, dude. The $40 million for Jordan.
No, I know. But even Tom Brady's not. I don't even know how much Tom gets paid a year for his broadcasting, but it's going to be great to see Mike. Would have loved to see Kobe as well. I'm sure Kobe would have stopped by. The late, great Kobe Bryant. But yeah, I really hope they put thought to this. Don't just give us a stupid product without thinking about it. Put thought, montages, the song. Because really, the NBA, it's missing some of its nostalgia from years past.
Yeah, it is. It is. We got a couple comments and we'll take off here. Gio, Clark needs an enforcer from either Roosevelt, Queens, or from the south side of the Bronx.
Listen, there's a reason why I didn't go to the Bronx last time I went to New York. Give me the south side of the Bronx, man. that dude, I'm telling you right now, those people there, and Jeff knows this, that's a different world. That's different. Those people are made from a different cloth. They get someone from the south side of the Bronx, no brainer.
The WNBA needs Joanna Mann. And Joel say Joanna Mann, yeah. Oh God, that would definitely be cool for sure. Last comment, Tim Gonzalez, Gio had to make a guess which games would be broadcast on NBC in the fall. We got to give Gio some time to think on that because I don't really know how that schedule is even going to work out.
Hey, I want Spurs games, man. Bring some Spurs. I need to see Victor on there.
Oh God. Well, you'll probably get Spurs on Christmas, and it depends on who they decide to trade for, draft. You'll probably get them anyway because of the draft with Dylan Harper. So, I'm sure you'll be able to get that 10 years, $375 million for Brady's broadcast deal, 37.5 a year.
Well, Joe would know that because he's a damn Patriots fan.
Yeah, he is. Why does he have to be a damn Patriots fan? I mean, I love me some Joe Colon right now.
Rudy,
some Rafael Devers in this Giants.
I don't want to bring up stuff from the past, but Spygate, I never saw the tapes because Roger Goodell thought it was it Roger or was it Tackley? Well, I don't remember who it was. They burned the tapes. We should have saw the tapes, Rudy, and they burned it. And Joe knows they burned those tapes.
Woo!
Yeah, they burned him. They burned him. All right, guys. Well, we are done for the evening. It's Coach Gio. It's Rudy Campos Jr. We appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. Again, shout out to Plead the Sith Lord Elias. And also, you got Grading the Market at 1 p.m. on Saturdays. You guys have everything going for you here on Sweep the League. Be sure to go to our YouTube page or Sweep the League TV. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything as my wife is right in front of me dancing. Time for me to get the dollar bills out, Gio. I'm going to have to start getting some dollar bills here, so I need to go fast, man. But appreciate everybody joining us here on Sweep the League. Coach Gio, hopefully Derek will be back this week. Coach Gio, Rudy Campos Jr. Until we sweep the league again, we'll see you later, knuckleheads. Are you looking for a contracting company that gets the job done right the first time? Look no further than MCS General Contracting. MCS specializes in top quality concrete work, including patios, driveways, foundations, and swimming pools. The team of experts are dedicated to delivering exceptional results and unparalleled customer satisfaction. At MCS General Contracting, they're not just hardworking, they're local. Based in San Antonio, they are committed to building relationships and trust within the community. That's why MCS guarantees your satisfaction. They pride themselves on getting the job done right the first time, every time. So why wait? Contract MCS General Contracting today to schedule your project and experience the difference for yourself. MCS General Contracting, building a better San Antonio, one project at a time. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League.